Hey guys, what is going on? It is RC Knockout and I am back with another video. Now, if you are new to the channel, my name is Nolan, and in today's video, I've got my brushless converted Losi 5T out with me, and we're gonna rip around in the snow. I'm gonna go ahead and get the body off, show you what's going on underneath real quick. Alrighty guys, a real quick rundown on the system that I'm running in this. I'm running a Castle Creations 2028 800 kV motor. This is a huge can motor, about the size of a pop can, a little bit smaller. I have that paired to a Hobbywing Max 5 ESC, and I'm running QS8 connectors, which are huge 8mm connectors, bullet connectors, so we shouldn't have any issue with restriction when it comes to power getting to the ESC. I just recently got these 6,000 milliamp power hobby batteries, or 120C discharge rate 4 cells. So in total, we're going to be running her on 8S. Now last time I kind of explained some of the issues I had. I'll go ahead and put in the card in the video for the very first test, because this is the second test of running this machine since swapping it over to brushless. So if you want to see the initial video, go ahead and click that card in the corner. But I was having issues in that first video where the battery was going back and forth. So my solution, at least for now, is just to zip tie. I put a couple zip ties lengthwise, which will hopefully keep the batteries in place. Let me go ahead and get her turned on and get the body on, and we'll get started ripping. Here we go for a launch. Are you guys ready? Get set. Go! She's a ripper. I want to do a flyby though. Spin her around, and here we go, guys, on the throttle. 10. Bringing her back. She charges through the snow pretty good as long as you keep the throttle down. Give this video a like, guys, if you're enjoying it, by the way. This is a heavy truck to try to get through here. She dug herself down. We got to get her unstuck. Yeah, this RC does not have the most clearance, so she dug herself down pretty good. Let's get her out. I'm sure this thing already has a ton of snow on the chassis. All right, get her up to here, and here we go. Just listen to that thing go. Is that not sweet? She's stuck again. That's a little bit too deep of snow right there. No shortage of power, just not quite the clearance, not big enough tires, and not the best tires for these snow conditions. Paddle tires would be sweet. I bet you the X-Max paddle tires might fit on this, but I bet you I couldn't run the body. Let me know in the comments. I'm pretty sure I've seen somebody run a Losi 5T with the stock X-Max tires on. So I would think with the paddle tires I should be able to. I don't know. If anything, I'd probably put the ones off my HBI Baja paddle tires on this. At least on the back, so this will get some extra traction. Let's get her unstuck, keep on going. This thing is heavy to lug around, I have to say. All right, here we go. Launch. Yeah, it's so super deep. I gotta keep the power down. That it's hitting some type of limp mode. I can only assume that those 120C discharge rate batteries are still not supplying enough power that ESC is demanding. Let me know in the comments if you think it's something else. Maybe I'll need batteries with an even higher C rating. I don't know. It's not the connectors, so I don't know why it's done that. It shouldn't be hitting a limp mode, and it's not doing it. If I can go 3/4 throttle all day long, So if I keep it 3/4 throttle or even 7/8 throttle, it doesn't go into limp mode. It only goes into limp mode when I hold it full throttle for a couple seconds. It's weird. X-Max did the exact same thing, but with the X-Max, that's because of the connectors. Too much power surging through those connectors, I think. Keep the power down. Come on, baby. A little too deep. Look at how deep the snow is. Come on. Almost. Nearly. I think it sounds pretty good too, actually. This is a fun machine, guys. This is a lot of fun. I like this. I don't know, I like it brushless. I don't like it going into a limp mode. I want to go ahead, I want to hit this over here. I want to hit the berm. That'll be fun. Here we go. Ooh! Like I said, this is a very heavy truck, so it just landed. Went off the lip right here, landed in probably 2 feet of snow. I'm gonna have to lug her out of here. Might have to turn the camera off. I'll be right back with you guys. Alrighty, there we go. Come on, baby. No. Yeah, it's hitting the limp mode when I go full throttle. That's very frustrating, actually. I can't think of what else it could possibly be aside from the discharge rate not being enough with these batteries. Let me know of some really good batteries where I wouldn't have this issue, guys. Because I really need a good set of batteries. These were not cheap batteries either. I can tell you this thing weighs more than it did when I showed up here. There's a lot of snow in the chassis. This thing probably weighs 45 or 50 pounds right now. I've heard good things about the, what's the brand? The Max Amp ones. Those are super expensive. I like to cheap out on batteries, but maybe for a machine like this, it needs a ton of power. Maybe I need to spend a little bit more money and get some really good batteries. I didn't think these Power Hobby ones were bad. 120C sounds like a high discharge rate too, but that's all I can think. That's something that has to do with that, because what else could it possibly be? I don't know what else it could possibly be. Is she done? She's still on, but doesn't have any throttle anymore. So that lasted probably tops 10 minutes. So that's slightly disappointing. I'll probably need another set of packs anyway, just so I can have more fun, because as far as I know, I think the system's cool. I felt it. It doesn't feel hot to me. Not to mention it's being cooled by all that snow in there, but it didn't feel hot to me. No, that ESC doesn't have any warmth to it whatsoever. That motor's not hot. It's just warm enough to melt the snow, and that's it. So the system right now is just cold as can be. So the issue must be those batteries. Like I said, let me know in the comments below if you guys have an idea what might be going on, why it's hitting some type of limp mode, and then it's going back to full power. It's got to be some type of power surge. It's got to be like too much of a power surge, and then it's some type of protection mode to prevent you from blowing up the ESC or starting the batteries on fire. Ooh, we got a pretty big kind of crinkle right here in the body. Oh well. But like I said, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to give it that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit the notification bell so you'll see more videos with this RC in the future. And also, if you're running a brushless Losi 5T, let me know exactly what batteries you're running. If you're running 8S, let me know how much did they cost, where did you get them at, and what's the discharge rate on them, because I need some better batteries, and I think I need a second set of batteries anyway. I need more runtime than 10 minutes, you know. So it's just the batteries are so expensive. These Power Hobby ones were 210 bucks for 2. So it's not cheap. And from what I can tell, the electronics are cool to the touch. So it's not the electronics that are the issue. It's definitely some type of power surge where the ESC is demanding too much power from those batteries. That's all I can assume. But Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Later. Now, the other thing I got thinking real quick is that maybe it's drawing too much power because it's also running those super high voltage servos. I mean, those servos are super high power servos. I think I told you guys in the last video, they have almost a thousand what is it, square ounce inches of torque. So they're ridiculous. I did set the BEC to, I set it to 7.2 volts, which should be good for those servos, but when it's running both the steering servo and that throttle brake servo all the time, maybe that's where the issue's coming from. Let me know in the comments if you think that's it, because if that's the case, then I do need to figure out some way to actually get that servo running off a different battery, because if that's the case, then maybe it's not really because the battery's made, it's because it's just running way too much stuff. If it's running two high-powered servos, on top of that it's running the motor, you know, that's a lot, and it's pushing around a heavy truck. That's the only other thought I have, that it could be because those high-voltage servos are using too much power, and then combine all of it, and it's almost like a fuse. Like, it can't take that much power through the system all at once. So I really would like to continue using the 2S pack to run that at least a throttle brake servo. Alrighty guys, we have got a problem. I just got home from running my Losi 5T, my brushless Losi 5T. Went to plug these back into the charger to charge them back up to a storage charge, and they're saying that they have too low a voltage. Cell voltage is too low, so I plug them in, 4 cell, 9.65. It's like that either said 9.65 or 9.45. And here's the other battery right here. .36. So I'm pretty disappointed, guys. I had the low voltage mode set on my Losi on the Max 5, and it only ran for like 10 to 15 minutes tops. So how these batteries got down to 9.5 and like 9.3, I have no idea. But that might be $210 down the drain. This is the second time I've used them. That is extremely disappointing. I'm probably actually going to have to call Power Hobby up, because that should not happen. Whether it's an issue with Power Hobby or if it's an issue with the ESC, I would guess it's the batteries, because that thing did not run long enough. I'm not convinced, when I had them charged up to 16.8, I'm not convinced in that amount of time, even running through snow, they should not have drained down to 9.52. I mean, I don't think so. I've never had this issue before. Not like this far off. Like, one of those cells only had like 1.6 in it. I've never seen that before. I've had cells like dip down to like 2.7 and then the pack no longer charged anymore. I've never had this where they're at like 2.45, 1.6, 1.8. Because keep in mind, you're not supposed to discharge a battery below 3.2 volts per cell. So those are way below 3.2 volts per cell. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to have to contact Power Hobby. Let me know what you guys think down below, and if you've had any issues with these batteries before.